Peros decided to partner with one from the very early days, and the reason we stock one is simple. With each bottle sold, a donation is made, and the profit this creates helps some of the poorest communities in the world overcome challenges that us in the West would find hard to imagine. Through this partnership and the support of our customers, we're delighted to announce that we've now raised over £1 million to fund life-changing projects throughout Africa. This donation has allowed the installation of 98 water pumps across sub-Saharan Africa in Lesotho, Swaziland, Northwest Province of South Africa and Malawi, providing fresh, clean water to nearly 200,000 people. We have also funded 50 vegetable gardens, providing tools, seeds and training to over 21,000 people, and £16,000 from the sale of One Biscuits is supporting school feeding programs. We also donated £78,000 to One's £1 million East Africa Emergency Appeal, providing life-saving water to over 250,000 in Turkana, Wajir and Dadaab in Kenya, in the worst drought in the region for 60 years. Our commitment to One is as strong as ever, and the focus of our work this year is in Angola, a country recovering from 27 years of civil war that left 1.5 million people dead and displaced a further 4.5 million. Much of the country's infrastructure was destroyed during the war, and its inhabitants were left in appalling poverty. Although the country is now stable and the economy growing, little has been invested in the rural areas, and 94% of the country live in poverty, with over half of Angolans unable to access clean water. To date, Peros has donated over £290,000 to Angolan projects, funding 28 new water pumps. Andy Eden, financial controller for Peros, travelled out there to visit the projects for himself.
To hear stories about people having no water in remote communities and all that stuff, I just assumed it was wells and water, but it's much, much more than the water in the wells. It's the sanitation, it's the hygiene. Having seen where they used to get the water from, how far they had to walk, just carrying the water everywhere, made you really think how much they must struggle all the time. And these communities, and there's such a large community and so little water, coming from England and having water all the time, you can't imagine what it's like not to have the water and not to have the fresh water even. They've got water, but it's contaminated, and until you actually see it firsthand, it's really difficult to understand how much difference it makes to their health, because they're not being ill from drinking the water and they're not having to drink the same water they're washing in.
The country has one of the highest rates of child mortality in southern Africa, with 16% of children dying before the age of 5. Many die of water-related diseases, including diarrhea and cholera, because families have little choice but to use water from unsafe sources.
Tundeopo apa manombo bafetikira ku mala makulu habo twafetikira ku mala ojareya odibasiria omano siria bomano ngalo mwa chikuniha nda hecho nda ndati babo nombia chomo twakala omamba omo katuko tewe itwa misako cyo jali amba omulange obeya chomo tulete molo febre oyo mwetulete ngolo febre mwe mundu apa tobe cyangwa ngo betimbali mundu lechi mwe wiyando totwa sanjuko kuti bakutube bobe ya lo muzagende kumwe bati mdamango baagenda kitalo bayo tswa tukwete tsonga kuti ndengo twakulu tukashimwe muno bimbo.
The new water point that Peros has funded in this village and others across Angola also reduces the amount of time and energy expended by the women of the communities carrying heavy containers of water, often over very long distances.
So I tried carrying water from their little stream 400 metres maybe up the hill on my head, which is really, really heavy. You don't realise how heavy water is and how they do that every day when they've got hardly any food, hardly any water to drink. That must be a real struggle. And it's the women that do it as well, which is remarkable really. I wouldn't have wanted to do that more than once a day or more than once a week even.
Another major issue affecting these communities is the common practice of open defecation, which creates a serious health risk. Part of Peros's donation has gone towards 28 water, hygiene and sanitation management groups, educating communities about the risks and training them in the creation and management of pit latrines.
Desde que a Oxfam iniciou, também achamos que então que já tínhamos conceito de higiene, então nos aumentou mais o conhecimento na parte da nossa saúde. Então aquilo que já tínhamos no passado, então acho que então estamos para bem, que devemos fazer a latrina porque as pessoas não desfiam fora. Se nos deu a profissão sobre na manivela. Estamos para bem, estamos a tirar a água, as pessoas não estão a adoecer mais tanto, as ideias também não estão a ser acomodadas nas crianças. Se nós estamos para bem, que na nossa aldeia mesmo assim, os homens que vêm da Inglaterra, né? É verdade. Nós agradecemos muito. Certo.
The things that stick in your mind, when you first arrive in the community and they're just all singing and clapping, and the excitement that they had about the pumps and us being there and helping. Actually getting involved with the community was fantastic. The kids were so excited to see you, but just being able to play with them, playing the I Do game and getting them to laugh and dance around and do whatever you did, really enjoyable. Just to see them happy for a little while, just a fantastic feeling. It'll last a long time in their memories, yeah. And mine, it will last forever in my memory. We've just passed £1 million worth of donation to One Water over the last 7 years, so that's a fantastic achievement, and we're really proud at Peros to have been involved in the whole project, to see what difference we're making, what difference One Water are making. A real privilege to have been involved with that, and our customers as well.
Ella, I am Stella, I look in Turkana. Thank you.
And I'm Duncan Goose from the One Foundation, and I'm delighted to be here with Stella in her village in Turkana today to announce that Peros and their customers have now raised over £1 million to support the One Foundation through the sales of One Water. It's been an amazing journey, and together we've changed over hundreds of thousands of people's lives. Not only people like Stella, but all across Africa, and in particular in Angola. It's been an amazing journey, and I really look forward to sharing that journey in the years to come with all the team at Peros and all of their customers. Thank you so much for all your support.
The message is, if there's a choice between One Water or somebody else's water, it might be more expensive, but it's making such a fantastic difference in Angola and in everywhere else that they're working, that it's well worth just spending that extra.